Oh my God, boys and girls, I can't believe I'm doing this again. We have a lot going on here, trying to figure out how to do it. Number one, StreamYard kind of sucks. They don't allow you to share the sound on your computer or your full screen share. I'm going to do a little test here to see if maybe it somehow magically works because there's no checkbox. Anyway, we'll check that out. But we got a lot going on since yesterday with my weather report. Creation Myths uploaded a video, and that is No Truly Beneficial Mutations, which everyone should check out. And I will put that in the link. And then we have Raging Atheist. I don't know what he's doing exactly. The Beard and the Cupcake. I've been keeping an eye on Raging Atheist because of his interaction with Smokey Saint. Now, Smokey Saint is on James Tour week, basically. I think he's preparing or trying to get James Tour on his channel. So he has a review of an interview or a debate that James Tour did, which is also worth checking out. One needs to watch James Tour. He's a sneaky little butthead. So Smokey Saint, James Tour 2, I think he uploaded 2 yesterday. Modern Day Debate had T-Jump and Rick Delano, Physics Evidence of God. So that's Modern Day Debate. Now, Creation Myths did another show for his debate prep for his debate with Kent Hovind, which I believe is today. I think today is the day. Yep, July 23rd. Finally, if Kent shows up. And I think he did that with Dapper Dino and probably Erica and some others. So that is worth checking out. Now, Athena Goddess last night invited me onto his stream, and I'm going to post this on my stream. And we did a long review of John Maddox's arrogance and the little bit I did on John's channel. We broke down some arguments. I think we made a really good case. We were not pleasant with these people. And I think it's getting more and more that way. I'm becoming, I don't know if I'd call it triggered. Yeah, they say I'm triggered. We're apparently triggering them too because John Maddox and Standing for Truth stopped by on Athena's channel. I don't know how they found out about us, but they stopped by to say hi. Anyway, this is kind of interesting, and we're a little bit raw, and we go over some things, and it is worth listening to. We kind of get into detail on their arguments. There was a little after show where John had Dragknot and this other guy, Caleb, who was pretty cool. Actually, I'd love to talk to him. But Dragknot kind of just tore them up, and they didn't even realize it. John Maddox and Tony were saying the dumbest things. When you have any knowledge at all of this field, they didn't come off very good. But of course, they think they just hammered him. That's the way they are. James Downard yesterday did Replacing Darwin 17, Knockout Genes and Tortukins versus Antifa. So that's always worth watching. Praise That I Am did some debate prep, and I have no idea what it was. Jay Weasel and Nicola, really probably safely ignore him. I didn't mention the other day that Praise That I Am did a 5-hour video on homosexuality, which everyone should listen to just to give you an idea what the Christian mentality and morality really is about. Praise That I Am said something kind of amazing on that little 5-hour rant. I think about 20 minutes in, he said that heterosexual rape was the lesser of two evils compared to homosexual rape. So I really think somebody ought to take a look at that. Review of a review, yeah. Hi, Athena. I think you're up early. So And then, so that's Praise That I Am. Keep an eye on that guy. There's something wrong with him. His homosexuality review, everyone should highlight a few little nuggets, some of the things that he said, like homosexuality shouldn't be permitted. Well, who the fuck are you to permit what other people do with their lives? I watched that one. Interesting. And then something else happened this morning. I had subscribed to, oh my goodness, I'm doxing myself. I subscribed to Academia, and they featured David Abel's book, The First Gene, which is kind of I will get you links. I will get you links, Athena. I got to put them in the description. And what I like to do is get them all in my tabs here, and then I can copy them over pretty easily. Let's see. Well, maybe I can put it in. Let me see. Do I have it? Where is Praise That I Am? Praise That I Am. I don't have that one. Well, let's go there. Let's go get it. We need to look at the homosexuality before he takes it down, before he realizes what he did. Let's see here. What does God have to say about homosexuality? Here we go. We shall put the link in chat, and we will make sure we get it in description. Oh, Athena wants to join. Well, a guest for the weather report? Amazing. How do I do this? I'm not ready, Athena. I'm not ready. Let me get it to you. Sending it to you in email. Try not to dox myself again. You got it. Let me know when you're in. Anyway, I wanted to talk quickly about David Abel. He was featured in Academia, his first gene thing. And if you look at David Abel, he's a creationist. And he puts out more papers. He's got 2 books. I own both of them. The First Gene, kind of a diatribe. Oh, we have midnight. Maybe we'll get to that a little bit later. This may be a long one.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Did you see Praise That I Am's 5-hour?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to hear the talk shit about Maddox. Hey, you know what? I really wish I remained live last night, because he showed up as soon as I ended the stream. I was like, what the fuck?
He wouldn't have had the balls to come on with us, because he likes a venue where he can control things more.
Well, guess what, bitch? I like control too, so suck my dick.
I know. But yeah, there's kind of a lot of strange things going on. This Praise That I Am thing kind of slipped in under the radar. And
honestly, I don't give a shit if some fucking backwards piece of shit likes to say, oh, homosexuality is wrong. But it is fucked up when he said, like, heterosexual rape is, what was it?
The lesser of 2 evils.
Like, fuck off with that shit. Like, say that to a fucking rape victim.
Yeah, he was talking about Lot, and how Lot offered his daughters up because having his daughters raped was less evil than homosexual rape. And it's like,
this is why. Look. To go on a semi rant. This is why I personally do not like religion. I know it's got utility. It helps some people find meaning in life. Sure, but when it causes you to have reasoning like this, or Jill's like, oh, homosexuality is not natural, like.
Right.
Moron, you drive a fucking car. You're using a computer. What is that? How is that how is any of that natural?
How is that natural?
Fuck up.
Oh, and then at the end of the video, he does like 15 minutes.
I was honestly about to say the N-word, but I stopped myself.
Oh, don't do that on my channel, please.
What? I mean, you got No one's gonna.
Please, nobody's gonna listen to me anyway, right?
But at the same time, I'm albino, so if white people can't say it, I definitely can't, because I'm whiter than white.
Okay, but at the end of Praise That I Am's 5-hour video, he spends about 20 minutes talking about buttholes. And
why the fuck would you spend 20 minutes talking about butthole? If
I don't know.
We're not closeted.
Yeah,
that's like Tommy Hall, making a 5-minute music video towards Ozzy. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, he felt it was necessary to spend 20 minutes explaining how the Bible views the butthole. And so that we no shit.
I'm not doubting you. I'm just laughing my ass off.
I mean, he does exegesis and on the Bible, and he felt it necessary to explain in detail how the Bible views the butthole. And of course, he made recommendations for what you do, if you happen to have a wife or whatever concerning the butthole. And I was like, are you really? Is that what you just said?
I mean, I'm sorry. I may sound like a hypocrite here, but why should anyone listen to him?
Well, because these motherfuckers vote. That's why. And you know what they want to do? And he was talking about permitting homosexuality. I mean, they're talking like it's their job.
Don't you mean banning homosexuality?
No, he was talking about how it shouldn't be permitted, and he didn't elaborate on what he meant by permit, but I'm pretty sure
it shouldn't be allowed. That's what permit means. Like I permit you to, I don't know, eat a dick. I don't know.
Yeah, if they were in charge, they would have us, and they'd have addicts too, in basically waiting for lethal injection.
And look, honestly, honesty, like I do sometimes get, I like it's a worry, but it feels more like paranoia where eventually these people will gain power and just, I mean, they have power now, but there are checks and balances that keep them. You know what I mean? But just imagine living in a theocracy again.
I know, and that's kind of where Trump is trying to bring us. Basically, he's trying to get rid of those checks and balances, isn't he?
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, that's what it's all. Well,
I mean, look. Here's the thing. I will fully, not to turn this into a politics talk. Hold on. The man is clearly incompetent. Okay, I am not going to deny that, but a lot of stuff that's said about him, I feel, is over exaggerated and just, you know what I mean. Made to look him worse than he is.
Well, yeah,
he's incompetent. You know what I mean?
All they do is they focus on what he says, and that's what kind of amazes me. But anyway, on that same subject. I had an interaction. Okay, I let it drop on Smokey's channel that I manufactured my own meth back in the day, like about 30 years ago.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Like, why would you admit that, like, on a live stream? Can't you be arrested for that?
No, statute of limitations. There's no proof that I did it. Basically, there's absolutely nothing to hook me up with that. This was a long time ago. I'm a chemist. I got tired of waiting for dealers. Anyway, this basement dweller came after me.
Hold on. I would like to add, every time Speed of Sound has talked about making meth, it's been purely hypothetical.
It has been.
It's purely hypothetical.
I could have made it. I could have made
it because apparently under the law you can frame something as hypothetical and you're fine.
Right.
Apparently, I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm not a lawyer. Okay.
Well, okay. In my defense, I was pretty stoned at the time, so I don't know if I actually did it or not.
Allegedly.
I don't know if I did it or not. No, there's actually no law against being under the influence of drugs. Did you know that? There is absolutely no law against it at all. So
and yet you get arrested. That's so weird.
Well, you get arrested if you have it in possession. You do not get arrested if you have it in your body. They cannot arrest you for having drugs in your body.
I mean,
that's always been the case.
People get arrested for being high. Like
well, if you're disorderly or you're doing something, you have to commit a crime. They can't arrest you for what's in your body. They can only bring you to the hospital. But anyway, this basement dweller, he's a piece of shit.
Hey, I resent that. I'm a basement dweller. Well, just kidding. I don't live in a basement. I actually live in.
I actually do.
Room.
I live on the bottom floor.
So why in the fuck are you offending yourself?
Offending myself?
Well, you said this basement dweller, and you're a basement dweller. So aren't you calling yourself a piece of shit as well?
Well, no. The basement dweller is really a piece of shit. He fancies himself a Christian. Apparently, he thought I was selling meth, and then when he today he doubled down and said, "Oh no, I was bullshitting. I mean, anybody who makes meth must be selling it." Like, what an idiot! And
no, that's like hold on. that's like saying everybody that makes cake or cookies is selling them.
Right. Everybody that grows marijuana is running an operation, with Mexico selling, bales of pot. It's just, anyway, bullshit. And he's talking about, let's see, Christian or not, should call out your morals for what they really are. And then he says that I seriously hope former current addicts stay away from your channel. Well, okay. I am a member of a 12-step program. Wait,
hold on. Former current addicts?
Yeah.
Is that what he just said? If you're former, you can't be like, oh my fucking. Do you even English, bro? I can't. Former current. If you're former, you can't be current. Am I just focusing too much on that?
I think he was saying former or current. Anyway, there are no former addicts. Once an addict, you're always an addict. But anyway, he's doubling down here. Hammer simply isn't cutting it. I'm not sure what the hell that means.
There's interesting. There's interesting research. There's an interesting paper I read a few months ago regarding epigenetics and addiction. You should find that interesting.
Oh yes. Because there seems to be something that happens to you that develops along the line when you first start using that seems to be almost impossible to turn around. You can never go back. You can never. Well, once you cross that addict line.
Yeah, from what I've read though, there are certain epigenetic factors, that you can fix, so to speak. You know what I mean? Yeah. I remember reading this interesting thing, where it was talking about the epigenetics of PTSD, and they, if I remember correctly, they've actually found that the more a certain area was was methylated, the greater the symptoms. And the less the less the symptoms. So it's very interesting to me. How many things are connected to epigenetics because at the end of the day it's obviously a complicated process. So I'm simplifying it here. Protein synthesis, proteins control what happens in the cell. It controls how a cell functions. So it would make sense that there are hang on that there are certain God damn it.
Epigenetic factors.
Yeah, there are certain epigenetic factors, that affects the strength of the protein. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you look at cell biology and people say that they talk about epigenetics like it's something that's coming in from left field. It's actually the way the cell works. It's the way DNA works. It's the way genetics work.
It's epi means above, so above genetics. That's what epigenetic means.
Yeah, and that's good. That was almost a misnomer because there's no way that DNA can work without epigenetics. So it is so integral. It's almost like
I know. It's like it's integral, but it's like epigenetic. It works above genetics. You know what I mean?
Well, creationists think it's some kind of like God created intelligence from above or something like that. I don't know what they think.
Even honestly, even if it was, why couldn't God have used abiogenesis? Like this is what they don't seem to understand. They think, oh, it's intelligently designed.
Yeah.
Well, idiot. Okay, why couldn't God use abiogenesis? Like what?
Yeah.
Anyway, not an expert by any means, but holy shit.
So Basement Dweller and a bunch of others are going after me, and they've gone after me about alcoholism and everything before, but I am an addict.
That's low. Like, and I'm sorry, but that's
it's not just low, but it's stupid. It's there are a lot of recovering addicts, and recovering addicts should talk about what happened to them and how it works and what it feels like.
Shaming them doesn't really do anything, but just it's like no.
Well,
fuck
for
off.
one thing, if you're ashamed of being an addict, you will not recover. Shame works counter to recovery. So you basically have to accept that addiction was a fact of your life.
Well, and I feel like that's true for everything. Like it is. Or if you're ashamed of not knowing the X, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I get the point. It
shame
applies to many things.
But anyway, Christians want to shame us, even former addicts, and yet they've got this minister who was it that tried to kill his father with a hammer, and
please don't even get me started over that. That disturbs me to no fucking end. So it's like I was an atheist in high school, and I believed myself to be above everyone else. I'm like, well, because life didn't matter. I nearly killed my father with a hammer. I went to jail, and I found God in this place.
Yeah,
and I'm like, go fuck yourself, okay? Like, I'm sorry to get pissed off at this, but I don't get to cut loose. You know
he's the one person that I want to keep his religion.
Yeah,
because I'm afraid of him.
No, it's not just him either. Like G-Man and some of these other people, that I've talked to. Atheism is in order to be an atheist, you need to be a solipsist, and that leads to absurdities and this and that, materialism. But I'm like, first of all, you people don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right?
Okay, just stop.
Yep.
Because you don't accept the evidence for God, therefore you're a solicist.
So I mean, and then they even have the gall on their channel to try shaming me because I admit freely that I'm an addict and alcoholic, even though I've been sober for 13 fucking years, and obviously am doing something right and have something to offer other addicts, basically, and they want to put me in this little. Their little shame bucket,
I want to reveal something here.
Like they never did anything.
I want to reveal something here. I'm an addict. Hold on. I'm an addict also, but for knowledge.
Okay. Well, there you go. We're going to have to get you into a program. Oh, I know. John Maddox can help get you into his program because...
Yeah, fuck off.
Because he's in a program that kind of like, knowledge is sort of a problem. He's a recovering knowledge addict. He doesn't understand anything. Oh, we don't want to go on John Maddox today. Anyway, weather report is different this morning with a guest.
Well, maybe if you had your own plan thing, I could just leave. You could do your thing. I figured I'd come on and just shoot the shit and just vent because.
Excellent.
Good fucking Christ, these people. I'm not a genius, okay? I haven't studied this stuff yet, but I do find it interesting, and I do recognize that there are obviously issues with abiogenesis in the fact that we may never know the actual conditions that Earth
Right.
was at the time, but it's getting close. But it took an intelligent agent to create those conditions. Therefore, I'm like, no. Okay, life arises spontaneously on its own, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
Like,
I want to highlight. I'm still not done with basement dweller. Let's put it this way: I live in reality. I use common sense. From your behavior and words, I deduct.
I'm sorry,
All, you brought up.
I can't take anyone seriously who's like just.
So anyway, so he's doubling down and insisting I was like some Breaking Bad drug dealer or something when I just mentioned, dude, I manufactured meth. Anyway, them were the days. But what a jerk!
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious.
He says I am a jerk. Kind of odd you haven't figured that out by now.
Well, I'm curious. Did you teach yourself chemistry, or did you take courses on it?
I taught myself chemistry.
Oh, I love you.
When I was very young, but it was, I just fell in love with it. And it was, partially because I had a strange childhood.
Well, so did I. So don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm still having a strange childhood. Oh wait, I'm an adult.
Yeah. Anyway, so, and then he's trying to put me into the, like, okay, when I talk about, the thing is that when they do that to me, when they bring up meth or when they try to use it as a hammer, it hurts. What the hell? I mean, you don't hammer somebody for 25 years of pain in their lives. I mean,
well, see, these people are pieces of shit, who rather than addressing the argument, they have to attack you. Oh, right. Well, you used to be a meth head, so your opinion doesn't matter. Okay,
yeah, cool. And the pudding thing is getting pretty old, even though Tony is a pudding head, as we have established. But I mean, it does kind of set you back but anyway, on this channel, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to talk in utter detail about what it's like to be an addict. And these fuckers are going to come after me. And I'm just going to keep going after them because this guy, Basement Dweller, he's an immoral piece of shit who doesn't deserve.
Wait, is his name actually Basement Dweller?
That's his handle that he uses. But I mean, what a piece of.
Okay. I thought you were calling him Basement Dweller as an insult.
No, that's can you see it on the screen here? I'm not sure.
Now I can because I have made it full screen. There you go. I'm blind, so me.
Yeah. Anyway, Basement Dweller. So he is a piece of shit, and we will keep pointing that out. He's gonna double down here. Anyway, so okay.
You know what? I have something to say to Basement Dweller. Okay. If you want to have a productive conversation, don't do that. I mean, I know. At times I may say things like, "Oh, like I'm not above insults." Also, as the stream could do, but at the same time, I do try to have an argument. You know what I mean? I don't like insulting people. Even when I know they're just being dumb. But sometimes it just comes out.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so I want to talk about David Abel a little bit. Maybe I'll do that in a separate thing. I was surprised academia is something I sign up for, so I get articles on consciousness from Strawson almost every morning, and it's kind of cool. But then this morning, they have a whole thing on the first gene, the birth of programming from David Abel, which is a book he wrote.
I don't know. Wow. Let me try again. Okay, I don't know whether you read the book yet, but Lifespan by David Sinclair, he actually goes into extreme detail about the first cells and how at the beginning, there may have been two genes, just two. You know what I mean? One for survival and one for reproduction. It's definitely Lifespan is definitely an interesting book if you read it yet.
No, I wasn't aware of that one. I will
Oh yeah,
check it out.
you should definitely read it because
Anyway,
since you have a lot of time, you can read.
here's the interesting thing. John Maddox frequently quotes from David Abel and D'Onofrio. And so I checked into it a little bit.
Hold on. Do you mean misquotes?
He quotes because David Abel is a creationist. He's an
I
idea.
see. So he could quote his own side well enough, but the other side he has to quote mine and straw man. Lovely.
Right. Yeah. So he frequently quotes from David Abel. That's where he gets his semantics. What is it? Syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. He gets it from David Abel. Now, when David Abel published, they allowed him to publish in some journal. The editor for the journal, I believe, was ushered out of the office. I think they actually told him to pack up and leave after he published Abel because Abel is obviously full of shit. Well, these guys here say, I was disappointed and exasperated to see that the Journal of Washington Academy of Science has published a clear creationist diatribe by David L. Abel. Now, David Abel sounds real sciencey, and like when I first read him, I thought, "Oh my God, this guy's worth reading," because you
found out it was shit.
Yeah, this guy, he says, to get at its primary weakness, and in all fairness, the weakness of this whole field is that it is as obfuscatious as it is Thomistically labyrinthine. To speak with the flavor of this genre.
Is that what he's saying about abiogenesis?
No, that's what this critic is saying about David Abel. To continue in this tone of the paper, one might say that this is a highly ordered paper because it conveys little information. As both an astrophysicist and a theologian, I find the use of such jargonesque language completely counter to good scholarship in any field. So anyway, they go on and they got a lot of letters to the editor. It's pretty interesting. Nobody likes Abel and D'Onofrio, and everybody that's read their work, like he talks about the cybernetic cut, and he makes some case that, prescriptive information that you have to know about the future, and therefore you have to have an intelligent God to design it. But he makes no good case for it. It's just all jargon, and he has so much jargon. And John Maddox speaks that same language. This is where John gets all his crap.
Yeah,
that was his top paper.
Jargon, jargon bombing. I just, that's what I also worry about. Like, how do I? It's like, okay, how do I avoid jargon bombing? You know what I mean? Because obviously when you're talking about a topic, you need to talk about some things regarding the topic, like some concepts of it. But how do you keep from jargon bombing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, here's his prescriptive information, which you will hear Maddox talk about. Trevor's is another one that gets involved in this, and they go on. I've read it, and it's like, okay, you're not making your case. You're just giving me jargon, and you're claiming. But he does it. He's educated, so he does it so that he gets you going, and then you start reading it, and you can't find any content anywhere. And I keep looking, and I keep paging through the books, and I can't find where he's making any sense at all. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, maybe. Sorry, maybe he's not supposed to make sense unless you have brain damage. I'm right. Sorry, that's too mean.
Here's the other connection. When Maddox debated R.J. Downard, the first thing he hit him with is ribosomal pausing.
Quote unquote debated. Let's be honest here.
Right. The first thing he hit him with was ribosomal pausing. That came directly from a paper by D'Onofrio and David Abel. And they were making a case about ribosomal pausing being this, that, there had to be an intelligence involved, that sort of thing. So anyway, that's where Maddox got his whole playbook, and he has a couple of papers in his directory on it. And there's something else too. There's another Another connection. PZ Myers took him down. He claims he's the head of some institute, and the institute is in like a house in suburbia. I mean, you can zoom in on Google.
That's definitely an institute, a fucking house. To be fair, some places have started, from a house. So it's not, it could be new.
Right. Yeah, but I mean,
to play devil's advocate here, though I doubt it.
Well, he calls himself the director of like 3 or 4 different organizations, and they all have the address of that house, which looks like a $150,000 house on a suburban street in Kansas or something. It's ridiculous. But he goes on. It's really bad, and I just thought it. But I was surprised that academia, and I'm going to write them a heated letter questioning why they featured David Abel this morning when yesterday they featured Strawson. It's just like, what is wrong with you idiots? I don't know where they got this from. Anyway, so I think that's about it. I think I'm going to end this, and we can talk for a little bit offline. How about that?
Yeah, that works. I'm playing a game right now.
So I will try to get these links in the description for all these videos. And that's it until tomorrow.